You know, I listen to these guys get on podcasts and on YouTube, on the radio, what have you, these highly intellectual, non-spiritual, atheist, agnostic people that give lots of credit to that atheistic mindset, or that person that wants to refute religion or God or whatever, what have you. And I can't make the point enough that the rhetoric is baseless. I mean, you see these hyper-intellectual, kind of stoic people in the world articulate why, an atheist is better off than someone who believes in the Lord and God Almighty. I don't understand where they begin with that claim, where that they see that there's no specific reason or design behind the magnificent universe that we live in every day. Forget what we've done with it. I think too often we associate what mankind has done to the earth, and we say, well, why does God let this happen? You see the irony in that? You're blaming somebody else for the action that you partake in. And just like a drug bust that you had nothing to do with, if you're in that apartment when the cops come in, you're going to jail too. You're an accomplice, okay? If you see someone get killed and you don't say anything about it, you're an accomplice, right? So how are you not an accomplice to the world at large, to the things that are taking place, or you're just trying to Instagram it away? You're just trying to be happy, think positive. You're not out there fighting for anybody. You're not out there telling people the truth. You're not out there telling people what they should be hearing or correcting people when they're saying things that are just completely false. You'd rather let bygones be bygones. You'd rather not take account of who you are. You'd rather not take account of the things that you do to affect the world around you and the things that you don't do which affect the world around you. And you want to pass it off as, well, it's not my place. Let's just be nice to each other. Well, a lot of people don't have the luxury. They don't grow up in a place where people are nice to each other. They grow up in a place where they need someone to fight for them. They grow up in an extreme disadvantage where they need someone to care, to be there. It's like we only have God to thank for the grace that we experience living these comfortable lives. And imagine if just 1 million people, just 1 million were fired up enough to stop what they were doing right now and start living life in a different direction. What kind of change would that bring about? Could that be a catalytic type of event where people stop and say, you know what? It's not about being nice to people. It's not about going out there and doing charity. It's about first looking at myself. First look at me. What am I doing? What am I not doing? Who am I really? And then also looking at the grace that's been bestowed upon your life to even be in this position where you can listen to this message right now. To me, it means you're probably a more fortunate person than most of the world. I see people every day taking pictures of themselves, having a good time, and advertising it to all their friends as if that really makes people feel good. As if seeing you live a fabulously comfortable and wonderful life does anything for anyone. It's self-serving. It's time somebody said so. It's time everybody said so. It's time everybody said WTF. It's time everybody said, that ain't cool, yo. This is stupid. I'm not about that. Log off. Sign out. Delete account. But no one does. No one will. They're bought in. They like it. They like it when they get 100 likes on their ass photo. They like it when they get 1 like. They like it when they see themselves looking good on a bright sunny day. There's nothing wrong with taking pride in who you are. But there are a lot of people who take no pride in who they are, and they're still snapping pictures away every day. Clinging to false hope, clinging to denial, clinging to the fantasy. But somehow life is good, even though the world around them smells like shit. Pardon my language. And I'm tired of looking out my window and seeing this piss yellow haze hanging over the world. And all I can do is contribute to it. All I can do is get to work on time. There's got to be something more, man. And to think that all of this has been set in motion, that everything you are is meaningless, nothing, random, here and gone, purposeless. I can't accept that, and I won't accept that. I don't care how smart you think you are, how many degrees you've gotten, how many books you've written, because maybe I simply don't agree with you based on sound philosophical logic, based on the understanding that out of nothing comes nothing. Nothing can create itself. So something had to create us, even if it was an explosion that created us. Something had to create that explosion. Something had to set the universe in motion. And just based on that, I can't turn away from the idea that that something is intelligent. And that that something gives my life a meaning, and it gives it a purpose. And I hope that we talk and we think a little bit more about that. Peace.